is good, you? It's your boy Tom back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over the NBA 2K24 MyTEAM Awards for Season 3. Season 3, I gotta admit, I think it was a step in the right direction. Was it perfect? No. Obviously, the PG glitch, the Gobert Kuzma glitch, like there was so much wrong with Season 3. But I do think, especially at the end of it with Chet, with some of the free locker codes and stuff, it was a biggest step in the right direction. Make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, on the road towards 130,000 subscribers. First up, the cheesiest card between Victor Wembanyama, Devin Booker, and Adam Morrison. In my opinion, all three of these guys super cheesy. You got Wemby, who is 7'4". I mean, that should speak for itself. Super long, super lengthy, just an absolute cheeseball because of that. Meanwhile, he's got an 87 base 3-ball. Devin Booker, look, D-Book, obviously the D-Book fade, D-Book dribble style at that point guard position. Probably the most cheesy option there. Then you get Adam Morrison. Has a decent release, or a different release, I should say, with the Jerry West upper. Another really souped up card with a very cheesy release. Has the Trey fade as well. For me, there is only one option. That option being Victor Wembanyama. Next up, guys, we got the defensive player of the season between Giannis Antetokounmpo, Victor Wembanyama, or Jrue Holiday. Now, for Giannis, he's 7 feet tall at the power forward position, and honestly, when you look at Giannis, that's what he's known for. Look at the defensive badges that come on the base. Giannis, you will be absolutely amazed at how good of defense he plays. Has basically maxed out speed, maxed out acceleration, basically maxed out defense. Then you got Victor, 7'4" at the center position. Speaks for itself. Blocks shots. Has Hall of Fame interceptor, Hall of Fame rebound chaser. And if you've ever heard about the Andre Drummond Defense Player of the Year, man, some people wanted him to win it because rebounds, hey, they finish defense possessions. And last but certainly not least, Diamond Jrue Holiday. When you're looking at the point guard position, obviously Luka Doncic is up there as well for defense player of the season, but I think Jrue overall is your best defense point guard. For me, I went with Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think he is the most complete option. Next, best shooter of Season 3. So if the game was on the line, who would I want taking the shot? Devin Booker, Adam Morrison, Klay Thompson. You also could have Kobe Bryant on this in this award. I just don't want to, make Kobe just known as being able to shoot the ball, because he's so much more than that. One of the best overall cards in the game, where D-Book, Adam Morrison, Klay Thompson, those are guys specifically more known for just shooting the ball. First up, Devin Booker. What D-Book gives you different than a lot of guys is that D-Book leaner. The problem I have with it is it is super hard to time, super hard to green. So when I'm talking about the D-Book leaner, it is nice, but how many people are really greening with it? I don't think a ton. D-Book's standstill shot is still super good. Definitely deserves to be nominated. Adam Morrison, cheesy Trey leaner, cheesy catch and shoot release. I just don't know how many people are greening with it. I feel like when I see people use Adam Morrison, they are missed with the card. I green basically everything with them, but others miss, so I guess that has to account for everything. Last but certainly not least, Klay Thompson has just good everything. His leaner is good, his drifter is good, his drifter moving up the court is good. Klay just does in his standstill jumper is really solid. Klay just kind of does it all at a really high level. For me, that's why he wins the best shooter award of Season 3. I think he just does it all at a really high level, and I think that's tough to beat when talking about other guys. Next up, our most overrated card of a Season 3 between Devin Booker, LaMelo Ball, and Zion Williamson. Look, for Devin Booker, the card is good, but everybody gassed him to the moon as, being the best point guard in the game, which he might have been for a specific time, but everybody just gassed him up so much for him now to just kind of be overlooked. Like, people at this stage, are starting to realize D-Book's not what he once was advertised as. LaMelo Ball, when he came out, some people tried debating him as being the best point guard in the game, and I'm like, are you serious? This guard has mediocre defense, his release isn't good. What does he really do on the court? And then you got Zion Williamson, who defensively is fantastic, but his release isn't good. And everybody thought the packs that came out the other day, the Showtime packs, which had a 43% chance to pull a diamond, and some people pulled Zion, and that got the community hyped, and he was overrated. Those packs were not worth opening. For me, It's LaMelo Ball, though. The fact that people were saying this card was the best point guard in the game is just flat out sad. Next up, most underrated. 3 cards. Luka Doncic, Rudy Gobert, and Mitchell Robinson. For Luka, pretty self-explanatory. I think I'm the only Luka stan in the MyTEAM community. Like every other, I feel like, content creator doesn't like this card. Every other comp player doesn't like this card. Some people come in my stream saying, Luka, what are you doing? I like the card, though. The card plays really well for me. Rudy Gobert up next. Now, I gotta be honest with you. Locker code makes it so a lot of people have Rudy and are running Rudy, but I feel like he is still underrated to this day. And then Mitchell Robinson, last certainly not least. I see Carlo hype the card up a little bit, but other than me and Carlo, nobody's really talking about Mitchell Robinson. Like everybody wanted to talk about Nicholas Claxton, but nobody's talking about Mitchell Robinson. For me, it's got to be Luka Doncic. This card is just absolutely fantastic. Next up, best deal of the day. I mean, are we serious? The fact that this is an award, that like Paul George should win this forever, for the end of time. I mean, are we serious here? Card, absolutely elite. Literally was the deal of the day that broke the game. The 2K couldn't fix their game. You could buy this card, resell him, and have max MT. This literally broke the game. Made it possible for no money spent players to have the best team in the entire game. Sad, but you know, whatever. I guess I'm the one that spends money and everybody else just buys Paul George and makes MT off of him. Oh well. Best deal of the day by far and away in MyTEAM history is this Paul George. This thing will go down forever, obviously. Only candidate for that. Best reward card, we've got 3 guys. Hakeem Olajuwon, Chet, Jimmy Butler. I did this in different last season. I did best free card and best mode reward. Combined it all, best reward card from this season, because the mode rewards, like, you know, when you're looking at the David West of the world, they're just absolutely horrible. So between Hakeem, Chet, and Jimmy Butler, obviously KG is another nominee here, but I don't think he's as good as these guys. I think Jimmy was good for level 40. I think Hakeem wasn't as good as he should have been for, you know, his grind. Chet, way ahead of where he should have been. And I honestly think even, you know, forget their grinds, I think Chet's overall the best card out of those 3 anyways. So best reward card goes to Chet. By far and away, 200 bucks. He is your best reward card of season 3. Budget MVP up next. All these cards under 10,000 MT. Got Jalen Suggs, who was free via the agendas as well. Franz Wagner, Nicholas Claxton as well for 10,000 MT, that I think for their specific prices were really solid. So who is the best is really what it comes down to. Well, I think you can debate it either way, but I think the Suggs-Wagner duo is really what we need to be talking about here. For me, I'm going to go Jalen Suggs as the best, you know, budget card, just for the sole fact that you could have grinded this card for free as well, which I do think has an impact on it. Best dynamic duo up next between Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, and then Sabonis and Kevin Huerter. For me, this is between Wagner and Suggs and Reeves and Hachi. It's not even close, though. Jalen Suggs, and Franz Wagner, by far and away, is the best duo that we saw this season. This is the duo that can carry no money spent ballers for our foreseeable future. Next up, guys, the MVP of a season 3 of MyTEAM between Kobe, Pink Diamond Victor, and Pink Diamond Giannis. I think it's a 2-head race between Kobe and Wemby. I mean, that third guy, the third is a deep third. It's not even close to, you know, being on the same type of level. The problem I have here is I love Kobe. But, I mean, it's just hard because Wemby is something so different, so unlike anything we've ever had, you know, early on outside of maybe Yao. It's Wemby. It's got to be Wemby. Now, when Yao comes out, Wemby might not nearly be as effective, but as it stands right now, the best card of season 3 of MyTEAM. Next up, guys, we got our all Sapphire team, which, you know, we use the best Sapphires that we did get in the season. Getting pretty grim with the Sapphires. Now, some of the Sapphires that had Evos, they'll be on the all Ruby team, so just kind of pay attention to that. All Sapphire team, Jeremy Sohan, Cam Reddish, Shane Battier, Obi Toppin, and then Shangoon. Initially, I had Walker Kessler on here, but I do think Obi Toppin is deserving of his spot instead. Now, again, let me know if you guys disagree, if you wanted more hype with, obviously, Walker Kessler, but I do think Toppin does belong in this. Next up, guys, our all Ruby team, Jalen Suggs, Herb Jones, Franz Wagner, Claxton, and Mitchell Robinson. One guy I really wanted to include on here was Brandon Miller instead of Herb Jones, but I just couldn't. I like Herb Jones a lot, and I just couldn't find the right spot for Brandon Miller. But if you really think Brandon Miller should be on here, let me know that I missed it down below in the comments. I'll read it, take it into consideration, but I really am a fan of Herb Jones as it stands right now. Next up, guys, are all Amethyst team. Pat Bev at the 1, Reeves at the 2, OG Anunoby at the 3, Kenyon Martin at the 4, with Big Demontis Sabonis at the 5. Look, if you're running duos, I'd obviously have Hachi in here over OG, but I think as it stands, this is my favorite Ami team that I can come up with. Not a massive Pat Bev fan, but I mean, if you look again at the Amis we saw this season, it's one of the biggest problems I saw all season long is that the Amis stunk. But this is the squad I came up with. If there is anybody I missed out on, again, let me know that down below in the comments. Next up, guys, are all Diamond team. D-Book at the 1, Kawhi at the 2, JT at the 3, Kwame Brown at the 4, D-Rob at the 5. I debated putting AD in there over Kwame Brown. That was something I debated on. Also, I debated Drew over D-Book, but with this squad, I felt like I needed a little more offense. Those are the things that were up for debate, but this is where I decided to go D-Book, Kawhi, JT, Kwame Brown, and David Robinson in that order. Last, certainly not least, all Pink Diamond team. Luka at the 1, Kobe at the 2, Adam Morrison at the 3, Giannis at the 4, with Big Victor Wembanyama at the 5. This one was one of the easier ones to do. We don't have that many Pink Diamonds in my team. There weren't a lot of things to really decide between, but this is ultimately what I went with. No Klay Thompson, but I really didn't have a spot for him. That's gonna wrap it up for our Season 3 award video. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.